As a DJ, we're always looking for the next best thing, to be inspired, to help us to create, or to have more fun, or to bring the music to our fans and listeners in a new way. Today I'll be reviewing the DJ Denon Prime Go, a standalone DJ deck that runs on 4 hours of battery life. Very exciting, great for a lot of applications. I'm gonna take it out and see what it can do. So after I got my Prime Go out the box, I was very excited to look at all that came with it. And it really wasn't that much. It comes with a power adapter, USB cable. It comes with a download card for the engine software. They give you like a microfiber display cleaning cloth and a quick start guide, and you're off on your own. The first thing I really noticed is there's some great I/O on the back, XLR outs. There's out for a booth. There's effects for each deck that you can put on it. You can put an A and B and control the amount of effect that you want on each deck. When I first got the Prime Go, I had to update the software. And once the software was updated, I want to show you some of the process with uploading your music.
So what's up, guys? I'm in the lab and I'm getting my Engine 2.0 software ready on my Mac, as you can see. And I got a lot of tracks loading up, and I'm moving it over and analyzing how much space it's taking, which is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And I'm moving it to this drive right here. Then I'm gonna come over here to the Denon DJ Prime and plug it in back here. There's a space for that. Eventually I wanna use an SD card, something like this, and you can plug in. You can use one of these cards and just plug in right here, which is much easier, but I don't have a big enough SD card. I'm gonna go get one later. So now I'm gonna use the T5 drive or the T7 drive. This is what it kind of looks like. And I'm just in here waiting. Immediate concerns that I can see is that, will I be used to looking down on the screen? I was playing with the Denon DJ Prime a little bit, and looking down, I was like, is my neck gonna hurt after hours of DJing? But I was really in the screen. The screen is very nice, very touch sensitive. It's one of the nicer screens that I think I have in my arsenal right now. And yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I got my violin stuff ready. Another con about this machine is that there's no effects on the mics. Hopefully they can do that with a new update. I'm using the latest update, which is 2.1 on the Engine DJ software. And I guess I'm just gonna bring a reverb pedal and hook my violin up straight into this unit. So that'll be the only plug running into it. And I'll try to take this plug out right here and go completely with the battery. That's supposed to last for 4 hours. So we're gonna see what it does and do what it do. Hope this don't take long. Gotta be my gig soon.
So this is an example of my Magma bag that I currently use with my rolling deck that I've been going out with lately. But this Prime Go is so small, I can use a different bag by Wander, and it's way smaller.
PhearNone Entertainment.
now I'm done with packing and got all my lights and everything, and we're ready to go off to my gig. Here we go. So I get to the gig and set up everything, and the screens and everything worked pretty well. I had to jump in and out of Wi-Fi a couple of times, and I ended up just using my hotspot on my phone. And it really came in handy because, as I will explain later on, I left my Samsung T5 drive or T7 drive that I took all this time setting up my songs, and I left the drive because I switched bags. So you always got to be careful when switching bags that you have everything. Make sure you have your checklist. Whew. So I did it. Finished my first gig with the Denon DJ Prime Go, and I got through it. Unfortunately, I forgot this. I forgot my drive. So I had to do the whole gig with just Wi-Fi and Tidal. And I was still able to do it, albeit rough. I got through my 2 hours with this little unit, and I want to give you my feedback. So the pros of the DJ Denon Prime Go are portability. So I was able to put this Denon in a smaller bag than I'm used to bringing with me, and that was nice. The sound card, very strong. It's actually stronger than my previous deck that I'm using. It had good I/O. Not great, not as great as my other board, but it had enough. I was able to plug in an instrument, and I could still plug in a mic. So I was happy about that. The only thing is I had to bring, a reverb pedal to put reverb on the violin when I was playing. The build quality, definite pro. This thing is metal and good plastic. I haven't used any other software than the Engine 2.1, so I'm fortunate. They just updated it, and for the most part, it's good. I still got to figure out how to make some playlists quickly. And when I DJ, I like to use the BPMs, and you can do that. But mixing, Tidal and what you have on an external or SD drive, still I have to get used to how that works in Engine 2.1 software. The screen is very nice. The screen is another pro. It seems like it's a 60 hertz screen. I guess I'll look that up for you for sure. But it's very responsive and bright and clear. You can turn that down when using the just battery powered, or you can have it full blast. I want to get into some of the cons on the board, or things for people to consider before buying it. The price. Now, $1,000 is not a lot for a pro machine, especially if this is what you do and you're going to use it in your pro workflow. I don't think $1,000 is a lot, but Newmark has another standalone board that came out that's $300 less. I think it has less features personally on it. It's called the Mix Stream. And I think $1,000 is fair for what this board offers you personally, but that price can be a con for some people. Another con I didn't like, is that the mics don't have onboard sound effects. I had to bring my reverb pedal for my violin, and if I wanted to put, a little bit of reverb on my voice, I would have to figure out another way to do that. A third con is that there's no slant screen. If you have it low, you might be bending your neck. I noticed at certain heights I was bending my neck, and I felt it a little bit more when I was all in the screen. When you're using Serato, you're used to having a computer up, and I have a 16-inch, so it's a huge 16-inch screen. So I just had to get used to looking over, and that could be a deal breaker for some people. Another con is that you actually have to still come into your computer and set up your files to be moved onto an external or SD drive. And that could be a con, because when I first got it, I'm expecting not to take up any more space on my laptop that runs Serato, but I actually have to run the engine DJ software, and it took up some space. Not a lot, but that's something to think about. You got to actually set it up. You still need a computer to set up your files to be transferred to the Denon. Another con is that the jog wheels are relatively small. They're responsive, but if you want to cut, especially cats that are used to cutting on techniques, these are going to feel cramped for sure. I adjusted my buttons on here to non-quantize, so I can just hit it whenever I want, because before, when hitting my cue points, it kind of like was a delay if you didn't hit it exactly on the one. And sometimes I like to switch to another song which might be on an offbeat. So you have to make sure to adjust your buttons so that they click at the right time. So who is this Denon DJ Prime Go for, and what are some use case scenarios? Definitely a ceremony. It's perfect for ceremonies, especially in the summertime. If the wedding venue doesn't have power, ran out, because sometimes people set up these elaborate ceremonies, but there's no power to be seen. So definitely ceremony, cocktail hour, which I do a lot of personally. Traveling DJs. If you're all over the place and you want to bring a unit with you, this is pretty strong because it doesn't even need a computer. And that makes it a great backup, in my opinion. Because you just could have one whole unit just sitting in a bag in your trunk, if you're a Serato DJ or whatever system you're using. Small restaurants and residencies, or just a bedroom DJ. I think it's a great unit. Has strong Wi-Fi, and you can get all your tracks in there. You just gotta get used to the cataloging that they have right now, and they keep improving it. Like I said, when I got it, I went straight to 2.1 because I just got it, and that's the latest release in the firmware. But I'm sure it'll get better. Hopefully they'll put some effects on the mics, and I think it would be a perfect unit for me, backup, or just when I don't feel like lugging everything out. So I just want to give you guys a taste, a little bit of what the board sounds like.
PhearNone Entertainment.
abused. No slaves in here. No slaves in here. No slaves in here.
So once again, I want to thank you guys for coming by my channel and supporting me all this year. I know my fellow artists, musicians, DJs, whatever we're doing at the end of this year, we should be excited. Whether it be virtually or you're at an actual party, I wish you luck. I wish you prosperity in the next year. And if I don't speak to you before, Happy New Year. Once again, I'm Shayshahn, PhearNone MacPherson. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in 2022. Peace.